Sinners is the newest film from writer-director Ryan Coogler. He's the guy that made Black Panther and Creed. And the movie follows this set of twins, both of them played by Michael B. Jordan, as they move back from the big city to their smaller hometown to start a blues club in 1932. But then everything sort of just falls apart when a group of vampires show up and they just start messing with everything. Now, this movie is a lot of things, but when you boil it down and strip away all the layers, all the allegories and symbolism, it is a vampire movie. But the vampires don't really appear until the second half of the movie, so kind of temper your expectations a little bit. But when the vampires do appear, they're really cool, and there's a lot of amazing vampire action here. But what I really like about this movie especially is how in control of the camera Ryan Coogler is. He's able to craft all these meticulous scenes that feel really powerful and really highly detailed, and I feel like if any other director made this movie, it would come off as pretentious or annoying. For example, there's a lot of sequences in this film that focus on blues music. People singing the blues, dancing, playing instruments, etc. And these scenes with any other director would just feel out of place, but in this movie it really builds the tone of the characters and the scene in general, and I really like that about it. Another thing that I loved about the movie is Ludwig Göransson's score. He did the music for movies like Tenet, Black Panther, and Oppenheimer. Honestly, this is one of his best scores yet. I haven't seen a movie where it felt like the director and the composer were so in tune with each other since, well, Damien Chazelle and Justin Hurwitz for Babylon. The music in this movie is so good, and it plays such a huge role in the film because at its core, this film is about two main things. First off, it's about the blues and how uniting music can be and how much of a powerful force it can be, how it can draw evil and love together in the same place. But most of all, it is a film about freedom that just happens to be told through the lens of vampires. Michael B. Jordan is absolutely outstanding in this film. His dual role that he has, they act similar, but they have very different motives and mannerisms, and Michael B. Jordan is able to bring that across really well. But the standout of the whole film, acting-wise, is Miles Catton, or Catone. I'm sorry if I butchered that. And this is actually his first ever movie, and he plays Michael B. Jordan's younger cousin, and he is so good in the movie. He stands toe-to-toe with Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, and a bunch of other actors that are way more experienced than he is, but he is so good. There's this one scene in particular where he's playing the blues in the club, and it's just this massive one shot, and it is just one of the most breathtaking scenes of the whole film. But what I really appreciate about this movie is how much of a slow burn it is. The vampires don't even really get introduced until the second half of the film. The entire first half is setting up all of the characters and the dynamics between them. It tells a really good story with a ton of amazing payoffs in the final 10 or 15 minutes, and none of those moments would have worked even half as well if it hadn't spent as much time as it did in the first half. Now, there are a lot of metaphors in this film, and the way that it uses vampires to get across this message of freedom is really interesting. Also, there's an entire mid-credit scene in the movie that really ties together every single aspect of the film. For the whole movie, I just kept waiting and waiting for the secret ingredient, because this movie had a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes when I was going into it, and that set this really high expectation for me. Like, the whole time I kept thinking, this is a really good movie, but I just kept waiting for the moment for everything to click, and it's that mid-credit scene where everything finally clicks, and that is the part of the movie that you just have to stick around for, and you cannot miss it. And I really do feel like I can't bring this movie the justice that it deserves just through words alone. It is such a visual spectacle, and everything about it is amazing. I haven't even touched on the vampire part yet. I've been gushing so much about the setup of the film. When the vampires are introduced, they are amazing. There's a lot of really great gore, and this one specific action scene, the third act of the film, that is just so breathtaking. And it feels like Ryan Coogler is like so in control of the camera that he's forcing my eyes to be on the screen, and they could not leave to go anywhere else. And especially in that final sequence where it's just so much vampire action, it's so compelling and so entertaining that it really works perfectly. The movie climaxes to this moment really well too, with one of the characters' loved ones having been turned into a vampire, and it is just such an amazing bit of the movie. And this whole film is shot in IMAX film cameras, and I went and actually saw it in IMAX today. And the IMAX film parts look really, really good, and especially that final fight scene would not have hit nearly as hard if it weren't for the IMAX. Now, there's a lot more that I could say about this film, but I feel like I would just end up repeating myself. This is an amazing film with amazing directing, an amazing score, fantastic performances, truly Oscar-worthy for Michael B. Jordan and Miles Catton, and honestly, I will be shocked if this does not win Best Original Score at the Oscars, because, man, the score in this movie is honestly the best part. I'm feeling a really perfect 5 out of 5. I have no complaints with this movie whatsoever, and I think it is absolutely worth checking out. It's a great vampire film, it's a great drama, it's a great story about freedom and celebration of music, and all around it is just a fantastically made film that everybody needs to see. There's literally something for everyone in this movie. Whether you're here for the action, the drama, the story, the music, there's something for you there. Did you guys see Sinners? Let me know what you thought down below in the comment section, and I will catch you guys next time.